It sounds crazy, but there's a reason that dozens of land investors have paid us almost $6,000 a month for our land investment systems. This is not just a standard cold calling to get leads system. It is far more than that. And there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. And I'll show you the difference between slamming clients with a bunch of leads that they got to deal with versus a full done for you system with the output being qualified leads that are manageable, that someone can talk to and scale up with. We do all of the systems from very beginning to the end. And the best way to go through that is just to walk you through the life cycle of a lead. And so we'll start there with the raw data and how we do that for you. In the beginning of our process, we have a meeting for our clients. We set long-term goals, how many deals they need to purchase, how many callers they'll need to purchase those many deals. And then what you see here is us just keeping track of that over time with action items and things like that. The point is we have structured meetings and we will talk about where are you targeting? Why are you targeting that? Okay, what is your strategy? What are some ideas? What filters should we use? Then we go ahead and pull data for you. And so if we were to look at data, we'll go to Land Insights. We will pull good data from Land Insights. Land Insights uses data tree. And so we will a lot of times use the filters of they've owned for 2 years. They're an out-of-county owner. The county you want to target, the acreage, a minimum estimated market value. We try to not look at deals under $20,000 profit. We will take out duplicates. We'll scrub out LLCs owned by corporations. Then we'll put it through a custom ChatGTP scrub. And that custom ChatGTP scrub will eliminate government-owned entities that we might have missed. And then we'll put it here. So we'll do here, we'll put it here, and the data will be not started. When we go through the data, we'll start calling it, and you can see here, this is what's about to be run. This is all the campaigns. And then here would be the active campaigns where we're live calling. What we keep track of here is what the results were like. So you can see, meh, retarget if things change, or good, let's maybe retarget. And so as we call through data, we get answers on how each thing was, and we can always revisit it. So we get this raw data, we put it into our system here so we can track it, and then we put it into ready mode, our dialer. SOPs for everything, but this is how we upload that clean data into ready mode, and specifically what happens with that. There's an interesting tip for those of you running ready mode here, which I'll show you, is checking the dialer reports, because we need to do a few things actively. One of those things is watching the phone numbers. When we get reported as spam, even just once, we throw that phone number away and then we purchase a brand new phone number. That way we don't get on the radar as far as getting any complaints against the phone numbers or build up any sort of track record of complaints. So it's important to switch out those and buy new numbers actively. And then you can see here the abandon rate. This is specifically too high right now. We try not to get over a 3 or 4% abandon rate. And you can see yesterday the abandon rate was 8%. Today it's been at 4% and 7%. So what that means is that we are dialing too many numbers at once, and they're dropping off at too high of a rate. If the cold caller's talking to one person and then there's not another cold caller to come in and back them up and grab that call and it drops off, it's an abandoned phone call. If we abandon at a 3 or 4, higher than a 3 or 4% rate, that gets us on the radar as spam. We'll get reported as spam faster, and it reduces effectiveness. So we have eyes on this dialer. We have a person, their job is just watch the dialer, make sure the abandon rate's right, and then also look through keep an eye on the answer rate, make sure we're at the right answer rate, and then watch the algorithm as far as how good the data is. Because as we burn through data, when we've called data too many times, it gets old, and then you can see the answer rate goes down, and the algorithm starts telling us this data is old, and then we need to quickly, even mid-campaign or midday, we'll switch to a new set of data just to make sure that we stay effective. So dialer management, I think, is the biggest mistake that I see people make when they're just like, okay, I'm going to hire a cold caller and hammer it. Yeah, the cold caller is going to do that, but they're going to be hammering these calls. And then generally there's not someone managing the dialer. Of course, this is stuff that you can learn with hours of time, but we get it uploaded, we start making the phone calls, and we do that extremely effectively. So as a lead comes in, you'll see the date it came in, the owner's name, phone number, email, the lead source, the county and the state. And the county and state lets us track the performance of each county along the way, the cold caller notes, why they're looking to sell, etc. And then it gets here. This is the status. So set for a GHL, ready for validation. So this gets set for ready for validation first. The lead validator quickly gets eyes on it and makes sure that it's a good call. Then it gets sent to our CRM. Once it's sent to our CRM, we send an immediate video and email from our client. And we'll show you what that video and email looks like. There's a bit of nuance here. We change the trigger for this automation. If it's people who are just getting cold call leads from us, then we can send that video and email instantly. If we're doing the full backend system I'm going to show you more of here, then we will hold off until that's a qualified lead before we send that automation for them. But when we put send to GHL, that lead lands here in new leads, and then the client is pinged, you have a new lead, and then it's time for them to come in here, manage this lead, and contact them. Automations here, as you can see, we have quite a few automations. We'll go into the leads automations. New call, send video and email. You can see we've done this 100 times for this client, and I'll show you what that looks like. We send the text and email immediately, and then we watch if they contacted it or not. So with this video that goes out, looks and sounds like it, we help you shoot it. We give you a script. We make it simple. We can use AI to make sure you have eye contact. If you're having trouble, you can just read the script and then we'll AI the eye contact in. But it's vertical like this. The point is you pick up your cell phone. Hey, what's up? This is Brandon. My teammate just reached out. She just wanted to introduce myself. I'm the person that you'd actually be talking to if we start talking about a deal on your house. Just wanted to let you know we're not a giant company, but we do this in your area very actively, and I look forward to talking to you type of thing. Boom. Should look like just picked up your cell phone and having a real conversation, authentic. This is the type of video that goes out, hits people's cell phones, and then the email goes out as well to follow up so that they can find your website. Lends a ton of credibility and increases the conversion rates. Now I'll show you, this all happens before you've even done anything. Nothing's happened yet on your end. This is just all going on with systems we've built. Now, a lead might land to you at this point. So if you're doing our intro program or you're just trying out just the cold calling, then a lead will land to you and it'll land in your opportunities here. What most of our clients do is they have us manage this part for them too. So you might get this lead. They've got the video, got the email from you. You follow up, and this is where your new leads land right here. Now, I'm going to walk you through what happens with our full service clients. We have lead managers. So our lead manager will call this with an auto dialer. They will contact them. They'll have a phone conversation with them. Those are all recorded and you can view. We'll call. We have automations set up that we're turning into AI conversational automations with email and text that also help follow up with these clients. The ultimate goal is qualifying them, and when they're qualified, our team just moves them over to ready for client, and then that activates the property report team. The property report team comes in and they research that property, and then it lands in the acquisition. And this is where our clients finally start getting the leads. Our property report team has gone into these leads. They have generated all kinds of information about them. So a lead comes in, it lands in new leads, then our team starts managing it. We follow up with AI email, AI text. They've received the video of you. We talk to them on the phone. When we qualify them, it goes into ready for the client, and then it lands here. And when it lands here, now the client is finally talking to the lead. We've done all that pre-work. And then what a lead looks is it comes up, and in the notes, it'll have a link to the property report and the price report. So this has gone to our property research team. They've generated these reports, and our property research team has gone and looked at the Google map, the tax status, appraised value, Google map link. Let me get myself out of the way here. The research report, last sale date, suggested prices for it, etc. And then we also purchase a priced report for you where the client can go in and they can look real specifically at these properties, how much they might be worth, and get a bunch of information here. When a lead lands with our client, it's been through this entire vetting process. It lands with all of this research done. And so what that enables our client to do is just get on the phone and negotiate deals more effectively. And so you can see this client is right now managing 71 opportunities, and altogether we're managing 250 opportunities in the background for them, following up with a nurture sequence where we are sending emails, sending text, recalling them every 4 months, and that is AI assisted. This happens in a vacuum. On our clients, we capture 80 leads a month, and all they do is they talk to about 15 leads per month on the phone. They get about 15 leads with property reports, with priced comping reports, with all that information, about 15 leads per month. Everything else just happens behind the scenes. We'll manage about 80 leads that we capture from cold callers. We'll qualify them, send about 15 on. And then, so on our client's end, it just looks like 15 leads. But this doesn't just happen by magic. In the back end, there's all kinds of measurement that has to go on to make sure that huge system I just showed you is actually happening and that we're measuring each part of that, because it's really easy to get a cold caller on the phone and then get leads coming in and then think that's the end of the day. But to do cold calling effectively, this is why it's so hard, is everything needs to be managed. Now, we'll get into what that looks like. First, attendance is huge for cold callers. Are they showing up to work on a consistent basis? We bonus on that. If you make it and you have perfect attendance, bonus time. Also, QA is big. So the other part of this is company culture. Do they like being there? Because that comes across on the phone. People talk about, oh, where are your callers from? Doesn't matter where the callers are from as much as it matters that they're happy, that they got some like spice in their voice. That comes through the phone. You could have someone in Ohio with the perfect accent who's slouched in their chair. Hey, how's it going? This is Brandon. And it's not going to work. People can feel emotion through the phone, and hype is what it's all about. Having someone who's smiling through the phone. And that is why you have to have consistent QA. If it's slacking, if your company culture's off, cold calling is going to suck, whether it's someone in the US or the Philippines. So listening to calls every single day, professional conduct, scoring on that, communication skills, simplicity, grammar, clarity, proper documentation, and auto fails. If they didn't get the disposition, if they were rude, if they tagged it not interested and it was interested, or the other way around, auto fail. So then we take attendance and then how they're operating on the phone, and we rank them. So we have an algorithm where it ranks their production, their attendance hours, and then gives them a performance percentage. And then we have the top agents of the month, and we bonus them too. So this is fun because it just gives them something to talk about, play around with, and we're just throwing money at them when they do good. This is such a key part of cold calling. It's not easy to be on the phone, and we love our cold callers. They're my favorite part of the team because they're what make us go. And so recognizing them and bringing them in as if they were one of the members that we're working with building stuff is very important. And that's what I think gets overlooked with cold callers a lot. Now, the other thing that you want to manage, or that we manage for people, is the validation time. The minute and 46 seconds to first contact. The average time to set them up, 2 minutes and 66 seconds. We need to get the time that we talk to someone in between contacts, and how we do that as short as possible. Speed to lead. It's classic. It's cliche. I don't know how many people measure it, but we measure it, and we're savages about it, because this is what a cold calling operation can look like. And we keep track of the caller statistics. So we see our top 3 cold callers here. That's a way to 80-20. It's okay. Why is Ivy bringing in 129 leads? And then our third cold caller, who's doing well, is bringing in 92 leads. Like, what is happening with them? Look at this chart versus other people. What do their calls sound like? How do we bring the bottom up? Is it just that those are new people, and continually training and getting all that? The way we can do that is by measuring it hard. And so you can see that we go for it with our measurements in our reporting. We have weekly, daily, monthly reporting. And It is necessary. QA, culture, these key things are what drive it forward. There's which of these makes money. And that's what we look at. It's not just measuring for the sake of measuring. There's tons of stuff to measure in cold calling. It's not about that. Here's what it's all about measuring. It's your connection rate, your call drop rate, the leads that you're bringing in that are qualified, the speed to lead, attendance, QA scores, those things, if you're on top of them, crushing them, the whole operation will continue running. That's what it looks like behind the scenes, just of some of the measurements. Let me show you some other stuff because this gets even crazier. Hold on. We haven't even got into cold caller coaching, what the coaching logs look like, the AI that we have listening, creating transcripts and kicking out calls that are red flags so we can coach, so we can start listening to every single call that comes through. So that is all happening also. So look at the trainings and skill development. For example, we pull this up, and for lead managers, for onboarding, for cold callers, these are just all trainings that are here. Who you'll be talking to, how to use availability mode. So welcome video, everything we do, all these trainings, just unlimited trainings are in here. If someone asks a question, we can generally point them towards a training. We have SOPs for step-by-step guides so that each of these things gets done correctly every time. So we can repeat it is what our clients get. And this is why they pay $6,000 a month for what seems like something they might be able to do themselves. But when you look under the hood of what we're actually doing, there's a lot going on there. And the lift is so heavy that a lot of our clients say, it's not worth me building all that out. Let me let you do that entire thing. You just send me 15 qualified leads with property reports and comping, and his speed to lead as quickly as possible. I'll just talk those 15. I'll focus my time on negotiating deals. And that's where we have clients who just end up scaling with us. And I'll show you what that looks like. So landing leads offers is type stuff in and it pops up. It's part of our system. So what this enables clients to do, hey, you got all that operational expertise. We can run a world-class land business. This isn't just cold calling and slamming leads. Like, not only am I doing this for our clients, but I'm also meeting with them weekly and monthly and coaching them along the way, helping them build their own systems. That's part of it. That's just something that happens naturally because I love speaking with entrepreneurs and hanging out. So every one of our clients, I'm in direct contact with, and we're just trying to figure out ways for them to crush it. But here's an example. Just come in and send me 15 leads a day, or excuse me, per month, and do all that operation stuff on the back end. And then they close a deal or two deals. It's okay. Let's double the amount of leads I'm sending you. Okay. Now we'll send you 160 leads. Now we'll qualify about 20 or 30 per month that we'll send to you. Now you get an acquisitions manager who's doing that. Now we grab 320 leads per month with that system for you. And we send on to you, we send on about 15%, 20%. So we'll send on you 50 or 60 leads now. And you and your acquisitions manager start hammering those. If you can handle closing deals and dispo and you can get money, we can keep cranking it up. Right now, one of our clients has 6 callers. We're sending them 480 leads every month. We're sending them 80 to 100 qualified leads for them to make purchases. And they're just figuring out how to buy and then sell those. And so that's what this enables. This isn't just about, hey, can you throw me 50 leads a month? Yeah, dude, that's easy street. Anyone can slam you with 50 to 60, 80 leads per month and let you deal with it. What's hard to do is everything around qualifying those leads, getting all that work done for the property reports, and building it into a machine where you can handle 480 leads a month with ease. And so that's what we're building. That's what we're going to continue building. We've got AI devs building out some cool stuff right now to help with that. And I could just seriously sit here and go through systems till the end of time. But I think that probably gives you a decent idea of a lot of what's going on behind the scenes, how this actually happens, and how this isn't just your normal lead gen company. What do we do now? Book a call. Let's do this. Let's run it. And what we look for, just talk straight with you, like, I've seen a bunch of dozens of land teams now There's land teams that are successful. There's land teams that come into this who crush. I had a dude make $725,000 in 4 months profit. Dispo got sold, realized profit, 390 of that, or almost 400 grand of that realized. No joke. People come in and they do that randomly. That's rare, obviously. People also come in and they flub it. And I know the difference. It is a bias towards action. It's getting into the flow of what we do and buying in and following up these leads aggressively, treating them like they're real, trying to close them, tugging them over the line. The clients who come in and ask questions about, oh, this and that about the lead, and I'm thinking about it and I'm doing some more research, and then just call them, get them on the phone, drag them over the line with a bias towards action, get a contract in their hand, get the deal. It's just a mindset. If you're a land investor, you are resonating with what I'm talking about right now, or you are not. If you resonate with the idea of what it feels like to just tenaciously track down a deal and close it with extreme prejudice, then I'm not talking about overlooking due diligence. I'm talking about getting it done. The way that I can tell someone's like that is how quickly they onboard, how they respond in Slack, how quickly they follow up to leads when we drop them into the ready to call column, what their notes look like in the CRM. Those people close deals. Those people crush. And those are the type of people that we look to onboard. I don't onboard everyone. I actually just kicked someone out today. I didn't kick him out. I just said, hey, sorry, we can't work together. It's not a great fit. Like, you have a great business and how you do things is just a little bit different. We have an exceptionally fast feedback loop. Things that might take other teams a week to get done, we want to get done in an hour, or that bias towards action helps us be successful. And that is something that we look for in teams that we partner up with, because ultimately, like, I'm not looking for a bunch of people who are paying $3,000 a month and they're there for 3 months and they churn out because they can't handle the lead flow. We built this because I'm looking for 10 to 20 partners who all have 6 to 10 callers a piece, and we are just cranking world-class operations at a really high level and just continuing to get better. That's what we're looking to do. So if that sounds sexy to you, then book the call. Actually, sexy is not the right word. I don't want people booking a call because that sounds sexy, because we might get some funny Google meetings going on. If that sounds good to you, book a call. If you're an entrepreneur who is looking to do something along these lines, book a call. If you've watched this far and you're looking at that 1875, I think it's worth the 1875 just to see us operate and hang out and see what our land business looks like for a week, because that's business knowledge. And so, yeah, let's chat. Thanks for taking time to watch all this. And cheers to you and your land business. Cheers to you and being an entrepreneur.